Hey guys, what is up? It is Bibsy7 here again, and welcome to another RuneScape 3 vlog here today. In this video, I'm going to be talking about this week's update and patch notes. Should be a pretty short video today, just because there's not a whole lot to talk about in terms of patch notes and things like that. A few things before we do jump straight into the actual update. They did have a developer diary in this past week, talking about basically this update that's come out today with the death cost situation, and they basically said that they want to get more data on death costs, I guess, based on this event, and they're making it more focused on certain bosses. And it'll make more sense when we get into that. But also the other thing, tomorrow on Tuesday, December 7th, there will be maintenance on the game, and it'll be offline from 8 a.m. game time for they say approximately 3 to 4 hours. So yeah, just be aware of that, I guess. They will be doing some maintenance. And also the Golden Gnome Awards nominations are open. Please do not nominate me because I don't want one. Anyway, moving on to the update this week. You might see a new person here at the PVM Hub. We've got Frank. Good old Frank is here for a visit. And basically they have an event going on starting today and lasting the entire month called Frank's Free Deaths. And you'll remember, I'm sure, that on the release of each of the God Wars 3 dungeon bosses, there was a week of free deaths. And I think that worked at any boss, but most people, of course, used it to learn the new ones. And now they're basically bringing that, but it's only for a select few bosses each week of the month. So you can see the information by opening the schedule with Frank here. And for the first week, there is Barrows Rise of the Six, and Next AOD. So only 3 bosses really, and only 2 that you would want to even bother doing, because I mean, who's going to die at regular Barrows? I don't know, but yeah, if you have never done Rise of the Six or AOD, now might be a good time to try learning those bosses, because they are free deaths for the week of the 6th to the 12th. You can see the dates right here. And there are 4 weeks of this event, so each Monday it will be switching over to a new set of bosses. For week 2, it's all the God Wars 1 and 2 bosses, except Next AOD, which I guess doesn't count as a God Wars 1 boss, although she is in there. Mainly the one you'd want to look at for this, I assume, would be Telos. You can try learning Telos at higher enrages, or for the first time ever. With this week, for week 3, there's really not a whole lot of great bosses on here. I guess Calphite King maybe, and then Solok is probably the main one that people would want to learn with free deaths. And then the final one, which is Elite Dungeons and Raksha, is pretty decent. You can of course do Raksha himself, or maybe Ambassador would probably be a hot one for people to get, and maybe Siryu. So some pretty good ones there, but surprisingly missing from this list, I would say the number one for me is Virago. Virago is not on the list at all, so he will not be having free deaths during this event at any point. So I was just kind of surprised with that. And then, of course, the reason that the God Wars 3 bosses aren't on there is because they basically already had their free death event in the past when they were released. So yeah, I think it's a pretty cool event, and they actually went pretty all out on designing it. They have this little thing in the adventures interface that shows under the, like, right over the beasts tab, to indicate like there's an event going on, and then you can see the different bosses that are going to be available for free deaths are highlighted. The ones that are highlighted in green are currently active with free deaths, and the ones in orange are upcoming, and you can click on them and see when they will be active. So it does seem like they might be looking to do this more often, and maybe they're thinking about implementing a permanent rotating system of free deaths. I'm not sure. I think that would be kind of weird, to be honest, if they did that. But yeah, they have, there's been a lot of discussion about death costs recently, and I'll be interested to see what they end up settling on as a more permanent solution. I hope they don't go for a permanently rotating system. Again, that just seems a little strange to me, but I don't know. Maybe they will. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's pretty basic what the event is about. Just go to one of these bosses if you'd like to try them out and not have to worry about paying for death costs. Also, you might see on this update, they have added the Santa hats back to the bosses, which can have them. Rax has a tiny little one that you can just barely see. But yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, the Archglacior has, is that a Santa hat? I can't really tell. But there's some bosses that don't have it, I think, unless they've gone ahead and updated. I don't think the Blackstone Dragon used to have one, but I'm not sure. Now I got to go through them all and see, because looks like Crassian Leviathan has been left out, folks. That is sad to see. Croesus, you can't even see the top of the head, so who knows? Oh wait, no. There is a Santa hat on it, but it looks ugly as. Why is it so ugly? That's the same thing that's on the Archglacior. It's like super washed out and looks like crap compared to, you know, what the Santa hat's supposed to look like is the vibrant red. Look at that little nasty thing on Croesus' head, bro. It looks grosser than the Croesus itself. That is weird. I'm not sure why they didn't just use the same one that all the other bosses have. But it looks like there's a lot more. I don't remember there being this many. Hellware has some lights within the horns there. Yep, Carapac has the poopy looking, washed out garbage one as well. That's really strange that they made a new one and it just looks like absolute garbage. Ooh, Magister left out, not in the not a part of the club of people with Santa hats on. Unlucky for him. But yeah, it looks like most bosses do have it. Raksha has the poopy, disgusting one that looks absolutely horrible. Rex Matriarchs do as well, and that one's like on the tip of its fin. Interesting positioning for it. That, who knows what that boss. Siryu has a huge one. My word. I've always really liked the winter Solak theme with the snow on his like shoulders and the lights on his arms. That's a pretty cool. It's probably my favorite boss in terms of the winter effects that it gets. Yep, Zuck as well has a poopy looking ugly one. Hopefully they fix those because that looks awful. Wow, Varrock Lith looking snazzy ass with a black Santa hat, a red Santa hat, and a blue party hat. What a beast. Look out for him. He's rich as. And then Virago actually has Christmas lights all throughout his whole body. So yeah, it's always cool to see those. I really don't know why the God Wars 3 bosses have such ugly ones. But other than that, they do mention in this news post that there will be another event starting, what does it say, next week or something? They did say here somewhere. Yeah, another festive event will be starting next week. So probably, you know, a Christmas event of sorts. Of course, we have the Golden Party Hat still going on and this free death event. So we'll have like 3 events going on at once, which is pretty wild. But yeah, that'll be next week. So we'll see what that is. And then for the patch notes, there really was barely anything in there. Not a whole lot worth talking about. I don't think I saw anything that was super impactful. And there were so few things that they didn't even bother splitting them up into categories as they usually do. So yeah, pretty slow week this week, but you know, we'll have to see if what they have for this event next week and all that. If you missed it, I did upload a Hardcore Iron Man Progress episode last night, so be sure to check that out on my channel if you'd like to see it. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Like I said, relatively short video this week because there is not a whole lot to talk about. I did get my Golden Party Hat on this account, so now I have it on 2 out of my 3 accounts. Just need it on my backup Hardcore, and I only need 1 more shard on him, so should be easily gettable. But they actually, one thing, they also changed the inventory icon of the Golden Party Hat. It looks a little bit different now. It's easier to tell that it's, you know, there's a hole in the middle. It was much brighter before, but yeah. And they've also made it so that on low detail settings, it doesn't look orange. It just stays the same, I think, no matter what your detail settings are. So yeah, that is interesting. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't really care about that either way, I guess, but figured I'd mention it. But yeah, let me know, you guys, in the comments down below, what bosses are you going to try learning with this free death event, and what do you think about the fact that Virago's not on there? Would you want this to become a permanent rotating system? Any thoughts you have, leave them down in the comments. And yeah, subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.